I would say that it's our responsibility to not run into him if he's racing for position. But the fact that he was the one who brought the yellow out, the only reason that we had contact was because he was so far behind the field catching up.
On August 31st, 2025, NASCAR fans saw something they never expected at Darlington Raceway. A playoff race turned into pure chaos, and one move changed everything for two drivers. Cars spun, tempers flared, and a top championship favorite was left in shock. What happened on pit road that night became the moment everyone kept talking about.
Tell me about your night.
Yeah, it was good recovery. It just proves we're never out of it. We had good pit stops all day. They did a really good job on the box, getting that thing under control. I felt like we were really good at the start, lost the handle, and then got it back.
The Cookout Southern 500 at Darlington Raceway was supposed to be Christopher Bell's chance to gain playoff points and build momentum for his championship run. Bell entered the race as one of the strongest contenders in the 16-driver playoff field, his Joe Gibbs racing number. 20 Toyota showed race-winning speed throughout the weekend. Everything changed on lap 152 when Carson Hocevar spun his number. 77 Chevrolet in turns 3 and 4. The spin brought out the third caution flag of the race. Hocevar's team instructed him to bring his damaged car to pit road for repairs.
Herman, listen to this. And you mentioned it, very big.
The 22-year-old Hocevar was running far behind the main field when he entered pit road. As he attempted to get into his pit box, his car remained unstable from the earlier spin. Bell was exiting his own pit stall at the same moment Hocevar was entering his nearby stall. The timing could not have been worse. Hocevar's number, 77 Chevrolet, went sideways and made contact with Bell's number, 20 Toyota, as it was leaving pit road. The collision sent Hocevar spinning backwards in his pit stall and caused significant damage to Bell's right front end.
Coming into his box, they send the 20 of Bell.
Bell's crew chief, Adam Stevens, and the number 20 team immediately went to work trying to repair the damage. The crew used duct tape and worked frantically to clean the front portion of the car. Despite their efforts, the damage was too severe for Bell to remain competitive. The contact destroyed Bell's handling and dropped him from contention for the win. He struggled with the damaged car for the remainder of the race and finished 29th, 2 laps down. Bell scored just 12 points in the playoff opener, a devastating result for his championship hopes. Meanwhile, Hocevar recovered from the pit road incident remarkably well. Despite the early spin and pit road contact, he managed to work his way back through the field. The Spire Motorsports driver finished 9th, earning valuable points for his team as Bell was clearly frustrated after the race. He placed most of the blame on Hocevar's team rather than the young driver himself. The 77 just didn't yield, Bell said. He didn't give way, and I would say that it's our responsibility to not run into him if he's racing for position, but the fact that he was the one who brought the yellow out, the only reason that we had contact was because he was so far behind the field catching up. That's very frustrating.
And I would say that it's our responsibility to not run into him if he's.
Bell continued his criticism of the situation. Honestly, I don't really give blame to Carson. I think it's more on his team to not let him know the circumstances. He's pitted on an island with all the playoff cars. He just spun, brought out the yellow. He's not going to gain a spot on pit road, and he didn't give way, and he ruined my night. The Joe Gibbs racing driver emphasized that Hocevar was not racing for position at the time of the incident. He's pitted on an island with all the playoff cars, Bell explained. He just spun, brought out the yellow. He's not going to gain a spot on pit road. Bell's crew chief, Adam Stevens, shared his driver's frustration. I talked to Adam about it, and the more that he thought about it, the more frustrated he got. Bell said, I need to make sure I dot my I's and cross my T's and understand what fully happened. Hocevar offered his perspective on the incident. The second-year Cup Series driver acknowledged that his team may have been focused on tracking other cars. I think it's just hard to watch everything, Hocevar said. Sometimes you've got to pick a car to watch.
I think it's just hard to watch everything. Sometimes you got to pick a car to watch.
The 22-year-old explained that his team was monitoring Ryan Blaney's number, 12 Ford, during the pit sequence. This focus may have caused them to miss Bell's position as he exited his pit stall. Hocevar has established a reputation for aggressive driving throughout his NASCAR career. He began competing in quarter midgets at age 7 and won 79 feature races along with 15 national championships. His aggressive style has carried over into the Cup Series. Earlier in the 2025 season at Atlanta Motor Speedway, Hocevar had confrontations with multiple veteran drivers, including Ross Chastain and Ryan Blaney. Blaney specifically told Hocevar to calm down after several questionable moves during that race. Bell had previous experience with Hocevar's aggressive tactics. He's been around enough now that you know he's going to be the aggressor, Bell commented about Hocevar earlier in the season. If there's a hole, he's going to take it. The Darlington incident was not Hocevar's first controversy of the weekend. Before the pit road contact with Bell, Hocevar had made contact with Chase Elliott during the race. Hocevar's radio communication after that incident showed his frustration. "Fuck him," Hocevar said about Elliott over the radio. "I don't care who he drives for." Hocevar has also had confrontations with other drivers throughout 2025. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. confronted Hocevar on pit road after the Mexico City race earlier this season due to aggressive driving incidents. The 22-year-old driver from Michigan has acknowledged his aggressive style, but shows no signs of changing. "Yeah, I'm 22 now, right? I've raced for a long time," Hocevar said. "I think the biggest thing for me is I realize that there are certain things you just can't change." Hocevar explained his instinctive driving approach. "You're instinctively, when I race, I don't half the time know what I'm doing. It's just autopilot." The incident significantly impacted Bell's playoff position. He dropped to 10th in the playoff standings after Darlington, sitting just 11 points above the elimination cut line. This margin puts Bell in a precarious position heading into the remaining races in the round of 16. Bell tried to remain optimistic despite the setback. "Looking at the positives, we're still in the hunt. We're not out of it," Bell said. "Just a night that could have been." The damage to Bell's car highlighted the delicate nature of the next-gen NASCAR Cup Series cars. These cars are just so finicky, in some areas, they're super robust, and you can obviously hit the wall, and if you don't bend a toe link, you're gonna be fine, Bell explained. Chase Briscoe won the Southern 500, leading 309 of 367 laps to secure his second consecutive victory at Darlington. Tyler Reddick finished second, followed by Eric Jones in third place. The pit road incident between Bell and Hocevar became one of the most talked about moments from the playoff opener. Bell's championship hopes took a major hit due to the contact that he felt was completely avoidable. Hocevar is in his second full season as a Cup Series driver and has earned 6 top 10 finishes in 2025. He was named NASCAR Cup Series Rookie of the Year in 2024 after an impressive first season with Spire Motorsports. The incident adds another chapter to the ongoing story of young drivers versus veterans in NASCAR. Hocevar's aggressive approach has earned him both criticism and respect from different corners of the garage. For Bell, the focus now shifts to the remaining races in the round of 16. He must perform well at upcoming tracks to avoid elimination and keep his championship hopes alive after the costly Darlington incident.